The 1972 novel Death Wish by Brian Garfield tells the gripping story of Paul Benjamin, a New York City accountant who transforms into a vigilante. This intense narrative laid the groundwork for a film series that spanned 2 decades, beginning with the 1974 adaptation. The films delve into themes of justice and revenge, capturing the struggles of a man pushed to his limits. Charles Bronson, who portrayed Paul Benjamin, had strong feelings about the film's content. He expressed concerns to his agent regarding the film's portrayal of violence and its potential impact on audiences. Bronson believed that the film's themes could be seen as dangerous, sparking a heated debate about the responsibilities of filmmakers and actors in representing such serious issues. This conflict highlighted the tension between artistic expression and societal implications, making the production of Death Wish a significant moment in cinematic history. The discussions surrounding the film reflect broader conversations about violence in media and its effects on viewers. Despite its success, the 1974 film Death Wish sparked significant controversy. Many people raised concerns about the film's portrayal of vigilante justice and its potential influence on real-life violence. Critics argued that the film could inspire copycat events, where individuals might take the law into their own hands after watching the movie. This fear was not unfounded, as the film's themes resonated with audiences who were grappling with rising crime rates during that era. The character played by Charles Bronson underwent a notable change in name from Paul Benjamin to Paul Kersey for the film adaptation. This alteration was part of a broader effort to create a more compelling and memorable character. The film's narrative follows Kersey as he transforms from a mild-mannered architect into a vigilante seeking revenge for the brutal attack on his family. This character evolution reflects deeper societal anxieties about safety and justice, making the film a topic of heated debate. The impact of Death Wish on popular culture and its exploration of morality continues to be discussed today. Initially, Steve McQueen was a strong candidate for the role of Paul Kersey in the film Death Wish. His star power and reputation could have brought a different dynamic to the character. However, McQueen ultimately decided to turn down the role, leaving the door open for another actor to step into the iconic part. The name Paul Kersey itself has an interesting backstory. It was actually the name of an extra who appeared in the film. This extra agreed to let the filmmakers use his name in exchange for the opportunity to appear in all scenes that required an extra. This unique arrangement added a layer of authenticity to the character, as the name was not just a random choice, but rather a nod to someone who contributed to the film's production. The decision to use the name Paul Kersey reflects the creative process behind the scenes, where even minor contributions can leave a lasting impact on a film's legacy. The character of Paul Kersey became a symbol of vigilante justice, resonating with audiences and sparking discussions about crime and morality. The film's themes and the character's journey continue to be relevant, making Death Wish a significant entry in the action genre. The casting choices and the origins of the character's name play a crucial role in understanding the film's development and its cultural significance. Inspired by personal experiences, the story of Death Wish began when author Brian Garfield faced a troubling incident. After his wife's purse was stolen and his car was vandalized, Garfield felt a surge of anger that led him to write the novel. This emotional response to crime and violence shaped the narrative, exploring themes of justice and revenge. The book's premise resonated with many, reflecting a societal concern about safety and the consequences of crime. When it came to casting the film adaptation, notable actors were approached for the lead role. Henry Fonda, a respected figure in Hollywood, turned down the part, deeming it repulsive. George C. Scott also declined, citing the film's violent nature as a reason for his refusal. Their reactions highlighted the controversial themes of the story, which sparked debates about morality and vigilantism. The film ultimately found its lead in Charles Bronson, whose portrayal of the character resonated with audiences, making Death Wish a significant entry in the action genre. Garfield had strong feelings about the casting of Charles Bronson in the movie Death Wish. He did not believe Bronson was the right fit for the role, which led to arguments with the director. Garfield's concerns stemmed from his vision of the character and what he thought was necessary for the film's success. On the other hand, Charles Bronson had his own doubts about taking on the role. Initially, he thought that Dustin Hoffman would be a better choice for the character. Bronson respected Hoffman's talent and felt that he could bring a unique perspective to the role. However, the director played a crucial part in changing Bronson's mind. He managed to convince Bronson that he was the right person for the job, emphasizing the qualities that Bronson could bring to the character. This back and forth between Garfield and Bronson, along with the director's influence, shaped the casting process and ultimately contributed to the film's development. The tension surrounding the casting decisions highlighted the challenges of filmmaking, where different visions and opinions can clash. The outcome of these discussions led to Bronson taking on the iconic role that would define his career and leave a lasting impact on the action genre. Producers faced a significant decision regarding the title of the film, initially considering changing it from Death Wish to Sidewalk Vigilante. However, they ultimately decided to retain the original title due to its strong impact and resonance with audiences. The title Death Wish effectively captured the film's themes of vengeance and justice, making it memorable and provocative. Despite receiving harsh reviews from critics, the film found considerable success among viewers. It resonated with many, leading to a box office gross of $22 million, which was impressive for its time. The film's exploration of vigilantism struck a chord with audiences, reflecting societal concerns about crime and safety. This connection likely contributed to its popularity, as many viewers were drawn to the story of an ordinary man taking justice into his own hands. The combination of a compelling title and a relatable narrative helped Death Wish become a notable film in the 1970s, leaving a lasting impact on the genre of action and revenge films. When aired on network television in 1976, Death Wish faced challenges in its broadcast due to its controversial content. Some cities chose to delay or completely opt out of airing the film, reflecting the concerns of the time regarding violence and its portrayal in media. The film, which starred Charles Bronson as Paul Kersey, sparked discussions about vigilantism and justice. Director Michael Winter had his own worries regarding the casting of Jill Ireland, who was Bronson's real-life wife. He feared that Bronson might insist on having her play the role of his character's wife in the film. However, Bronson ultimately declined this idea, which allowed for a different actress to take on the role. This decision was significant as it highlighted the complexities of personal relationships in the film industry and the impact of such choices on the final product. The film's themes and the surrounding controversies contributed to its lasting legacy in cinema. Hope Lange was cast as Kersey's wife because she matched the director's vision for the character. Her performance was meant to evoke a strong emotional connection with the audience. The opening scene, where Kersey photographs his wife in Hawaii, was specifically added by the director to enhance the emotional depth of the film. This scene serves to establish their relationship and the warmth of their life together before the story takes a darker turn. The contrast between the sunny Hawaiian setting and the grim events that follow highlights the tragedy of Kersey's journey. However, the production faced significant challenges due to harsh cold weather during filming. The crew members experienced discomfort as they worked in these conditions, which made the shooting process more difficult despite the cold. The team persevered to bring the story to life, capturing the essence of Kersey's transformation from a loving husband to a man seeking vengeance. The combination of Lange's casting and the emotional weight of the opening scene set the tone for the film's exploration of violence and justice. Shooting in New York was a key decision for the film Death Wish, despite Charles Bronson's desire to film in California, where he could be closer to his family. The director believed that New York's gritty atmosphere was essential for the story, which revolves around urban crime and vigilante justice. This choice added a layer of authenticity to the film, capturing the essence of the city during that time. Interestingly, there is a persistent rumor that Denzel Washington had a role in Death Wish as an alley thug. However, this is not true, as he was not part of the cast. The film is notable for being the debut of Jeff Goldblum, who played one of the attackers in a pivotal scene. His performance, though brief, showcased his talent and marked the beginning of a successful career in Hollywood. The film's impact and the performances of its cast have left a lasting impression on audiences, making it a significant piece of cinema history. The film had a complex release history in the UK, facing significant challenges that shaped its reception. Initially, Death Wish was met with censorship, as authorities scrutinized its violent content. This scrutiny intensified after the Video Recordings Act of 1984, which led to the film being withdrawn from home video distribution. The act aimed to regulate the sale and rental of videos, and Death Wish fell victim to these new restrictions. The film's portrayal of vigilantism sparked debates about its moral implications. Charles Bronson's agent expressed strong concerns, arguing that the film could encourage viewers to take the law into their own hands. This perspective highlighted fears that the film might inspire real-life acts of violence. However, Bronson himself held a different view. He believed that the film conveyed a deeper message about the cycle of violence, suggesting that responding to violence with more violence only perpetuates the problem. This disagreement between Bronson and his agent reflected broader societal concerns about the impact of media on behavior and the responsibilities of filmmakers. The film's legacy continues to provoke discussion about the balance between artistic expression and social responsibility. Several studios turned down the film Death Wish because of its controversial themes and difficulties in casting. The story revolves around a man seeking revenge after his wife is murdered and his daughter is assaulted. This intense subject matter made many studios hesitant to take on the project, fearing backlash from audiences and critics alike. Despite these rejections, the film eventually found a home and became a significant success. Its impact extended beyond the screen, as it inspired real-life acts of vigilantism. One notable incident was the 1984 shooting by Bernard Goetz in a New York City subway. Goetz shot 4 young men whom he claimed were trying to rob him. While this event was not directly linked to Death Wish, it reflected the film's themes of personal justice and the public's growing frustration with crime. The film sparked discussions about morality, justice, and the role of individuals in fighting crime, making it a pivotal piece in cinema history. The legacy of Death Wish continues to influence filmmakers and audiences, raising questions about the balance between safety and vigilantism. The film remains intense, highlighting its controversial and impactful nature. Released in 1974, Death Wish stars Charles Bronson as Paul Kersey, a mild-mannered architect who becomes a vigilante after a brutal attack on his family. The film explores themes of justice, revenge, and the moral dilemmas surrounding vigilantism. As Kersey transforms from a victim to a hunter, the audience witnesses his internal struggle and the societal issues that drive him to take the law into his own hands. The gritty portrayal of crime in New York City during the 1970s adds to the film's raw intensity, making viewers question the effectiveness of the justice system. The film sparked debates about violence in cinema and its influence on real-life behavior. Critics and audiences alike were divided, with some praising its bold narrative while others condemned its graphic content. The film's legacy continues to resonate, influencing numerous sequels and similar films in the action genre. Its impact on popular culture and discussions about morality in the face of crime remain significant. Death Wish, directed by Michael Winner and released in 1974, is a film that has sparked considerable debate and reflection since its debut. The movie, which stars Charles Bronson as Paul Kersey, delves into the vigilante subgenre, a theme that elicits both satisfaction and discomfort among viewers. The film begins with a serene portrayal of Kersey's life, showcasing his happy marriage to Joanna and their daughter. However, this tranquility is shattered when Joanna is brutally assaulted, and their daughter is left in a catatonic state following a horrific crime. This pivotal moment sets the stage for Kersey's transformation from a peaceful man to a vigilante, seeking justice in a city that feels increasingly lawless. The film's depiction of violence is a point of contention. While some viewers appreciate the restraint shown in the first installment, noting that the violence is not gratuitous, others argue that the subsequent sequels lean heavily into excessive brutality and nudity. The initial film presents Kersey's journey into vigilantism as a gradual evolution, where he grapples with his moral compass after receiving a Colt revolver as a gift. The narrative effectively captures his internal struggle, as he initially experiences panic, but soon finds a sense of empowerment in taking the law into his own hands. This transformation is compelling, as it reflects a broader commentary on the failures of the justice system and the desperation that drives individuals to seek their own form of justice. Critics have noted that the film's portrayal of Kersey's actions raises significant ethical questions. Is it justifiable to take the law into one's own hands? Death Wish suggests that, in the face of systemic failures, such actions may be warranted. Kersey's vigilantism resonates with audiences who find satisfaction in seeing criminals receive their comeuppance. Yet it also invites scrutiny regarding the implications of endorsing such behavior. The film's political incorrectness adds another layer to its complexity, as it portrays a society grappling with crime and the inadequacies of law enforcement. Charles Bronson's performance as Kersey is often highlighted as a strength of the film. His portrayal is marked by a stoic demeanor that some may interpret as stiffness, but many viewers appreciate this quality as it adds to the authenticity of his character. Bronson embodies a man who has been pushed to his limits, and his ability to convey a sense of quiet intensity makes him a compelling figure. The film's narrative effectively establishes Kersey's relationship with his family, making the subsequent violence he inflicts on the criminal underbelly of New York feel like a personal vendetta, rather than a mere quest for revenge. The film's climax, where Kersey engages in a cat-and-mouse game with criminals who underestimate him, is exhilarating. It showcases the thrill of vigilantism while simultaneously highlighting the dangers of such a path. The villains, confident in their superiority, soon realize that Kersey is not to be trifled with. This dynamic creates a tension that keeps viewers engaged, as they root for Kersey while grappling with the moral implications of his actions. In conclusion, Death Wish is a film that elicits a wide range of responses, from admiration for its exploration of vigilante justice to discomfort with its portrayal of violence and moral ambiguity. It raises important questions about the nature of justice and the lengths to which individuals will go when they feel abandoned by the system. While some may criticize its political incorrectness and the ethical dilemmas it presents, others find it a compelling narrative that resonates with their frustrations regarding crime and justice. Ultimately, Death Wish remains a significant entry in the vigilante genre, provoking thought and discussion long after the credits roll. As we conclude our exploration of the gripping narrative and themes in the 1974 film Death Wish, we invite you to delve deeper into the lives of the cast members who brought this intense story to life. What became of the actors after the credits rolled? Their journeys are filled with unexpected twists and turns, revealing how this iconic film shaped their careers and personal lives. From the lead who portrayed the tormented vigilante to the supporting characters who added depth to the story, each actor has a unique tale to tell. Some found continued success in Hollywood, while others took surprising paths away from the spotlight. Join us as we uncover the fascinating fates of these talented individuals, exploring how their experiences in Death Wish influenced their futures and left a lasting impact on the film industry. Stay tuned for this captivating bonus segment that promises to reveal the hidden stories behind the faces you thought you knew. Jeff Goldblum played the role of Freak Number 1 in the 1974 film Death Wish, a character that left a lasting impression due to its unsettling nature. This role marked one of Goldblum's early appearances, showcasing his ability to embody dark and complex characters. The film itself dealt with themes of violence and vigilantism, and Goldblum's portrayal contributed to the film's tense atmosphere. Following Death Wish, Goldblum's career took off, leading to iconic roles in films like The Fly and Jurassic Park. His unique charm and distinctive voice made him a sought-after actor in Hollywood. However, Goldblum's life has not been without challenges. He faced personal hardships, including a tumultuous marriage to actress Patricia Gall, which ended in divorce. He also dealt with the tragic loss of his first wife, which deeply affected him. In the late 1990s, he was involved in a scandal regarding his behavior on set, which raised questions about his professionalism. Despite these struggles, Goldblum has maintained a successful career and remains a beloved figure in the film industry. As of now, he continues to act and engage with fans, recently appearing in various projects, including the Jurassic World series. His life story reflects resilience in the face of adversity, making him a compelling figure in modern cinema. Lawrence Hilton Jacobs portrayed the character Mugger in the 1974 film Death Wish, a role that left a lasting impression due to its dark and gritty nature. The character embodies the violent and chaotic environment of New York City during that era, representing the fears and frustrations of a society grappling with crime. Hilton Jacobs' performance was intense, capturing the raw energy of a city in turmoil. Following Death Wish, Hilton Jacobs continued to work in television and film, appearing in series like Welcome Back, Kotter, where he played Freddie Boom Boom Washington. His career, however, was not without challenges. Hilton Jacobs faced personal hardships, including struggles with substance abuse, which affected his professional life. He also dealt with the pressures of being a black actor in Hollywood, often facing typecasting and limited roles. In recent years, information about him has become scarce, with few public appearances or updates on his life. The last known details suggest he has maintained a low profile, focusing on personal well-being. William Redfield portrayed Sam Kreutzer in the 1974 film Death Wish, a character that embodies the struggle between morality and vengeance. Kreutzer is a friend of the protagonist, Paul Kersey, and his tragic fate serves as a catalyst for Kersey's transformation into a vigilante. Redfield's performance captures the essence of a man caught in a violent world, highlighting the emotional weight of loss and the impact of crime on innocent lives. Redfield's career spanned several decades, with notable roles in theater and television. He was known for his work in productions like The Twilight Zone and The Odd Couple. However, his life was marked by personal challenges. He faced struggles with depression and substance abuse, which affected his relationships and career trajectory. In the late 1970s, Redfield was involved in a scandal related to his personal life, which led to a temporary decline in his public image. Despite these hardships, he continued to work in the industry until his health began to decline. Redfield passed away in 2004, leaving behind a legacy of complex characters and a life filled with both triumphs and tribulations. His last known information reflects a man who battled his demons while contributing significantly to the arts. Carson Grant played a significant role in the 1974 film Death Wish, portraying a street gang member who embodies the chaos and violence of urban life. His character represents the darker side of society, contributing to the film's intense atmosphere. The portrayal of gang life in the movie reflects the real struggles of crime and morality, making Grant's role pivotal in illustrating the film's themes of vengeance and justice. After Death Wish, Grant's career saw a mix of successes and challenges. He struggled with typecasting, often being seen as a tough guy or villain in subsequent roles. His personal life was marked by hardships, including battles with addiction and a tumultuous relationship with the media. Scandals surrounding his off-screen behavior often overshadowed his acting career, leading to a decline in roles. In later years, Grant became reclusive, distancing himself from Hollywood. The last known information about him suggests he has largely remained out of the public eye, living a quiet life away from the spotlight. Stuart Margolin portrayed Ames Janechill in the 1974 film Death Wish, a character that left a lasting impression on audiences. Janechill is a pivotal figure, representing the darker side of urban life, embodying the chaos and moral ambiguity that permeates the film. Margolin's performance captures the essence of a man entangled in a web of violence and desperation, showcasing his ability to delve into complex characters. Following Death Wish, Margolin's career continued to flourish, with notable roles in television series such as The Rockford Files, where he played the charming, yet morally ambiguous character Angel Martin. However, Margolin's life was not without its shadows. He faced personal struggles, including battles with addiction that affected his career trajectory. His tumultuous relationships and the pressures of Hollywood added layers of complexity to his life. In later years, Margolin shifted focus to directing and producing, showcasing his versatility in the industry. The last known information about him indicates that he continued to work in film and television until his passing in December 2022, leaving behind a legacy marked by both triumphs and tribulations. In the 1974 film Death Wish, Paul Dooley plays the role of a police officer who becomes a witness to the chaos and violence that unfolds in the city. His character represents the struggle of law enforcement in a time of rising crime, reflecting the fears and frustrations of society. Dooley's portrayal adds a layer of realism to the film, emphasizing the challenges faced by police officers in protecting citizens while dealing with their own moral dilemmas. After Death Wish, Dooley's career continued with various roles in film and television, showcasing his versatility as an actor. He appeared in notable projects such as 16 Candles and the television series The Office. However, his life was not without difficulties. Dooley faced personal hardships, including the loss of loved ones and the pressures of maintaining a career in Hollywood. He was involved in a few controversies, including public disputes over creative differences with directors and producers, which sometimes overshadowed his work. In recent years, information about Dooley has become scarce, leading to speculation about his current activities. As of the latest updates, he has largely stepped back from the public eye, focusing on personal interests and enjoying a quieter life. His legacy remains significant in the film industry, marked by his memorable performances and the impact of his roles. Hope Lange portrayed Joanna Kersey in the 1974 film Death Wish, a role that marked a significant moment in her career. Joanna is a loving wife who becomes a tragic victim of violence, setting the stage for the film's dark exploration of revenge and justice. Lange's performance was haunting, capturing the vulnerability and strength of her character, which resonated deeply with audiences. After Death Wish, Lange continued to work in film and television, earning acclaim for her roles in projects like The Ghost and Mistress Muir and Bus Stop. However, her life was not without turmoil. Lange faced personal hardships, including a tumultuous marriage to actor Don Murray, which ended in divorce. She also had a high-profile relationship with actor and director Alan J. Pakula, which was marked by both passion and challenges. In the late 1980s, Lange's career began to wane, and she faced struggles with depression and the pressures of Hollywood. In her later years, Lange remained out of the public eye, focusing on her family and personal life. She passed away in 2003, leaving behind a legacy of powerful performances and a life filled with both triumphs and trials. The last known information about her indicates that she is remembered for her contributions to film and television, as well as the complexities of her personal journey. Al Lewis played the role of the guard in the hotel lobby in the 1974 film Death Wish. His character, though minor, contributed to the film's tense atmosphere, embodying the sense of danger and moral ambiguity that permeated the story. Lewis's portrayal added a layer of realism to the film, reflecting the gritty urban landscape of the time. After Death Wish, Al Lewis continued to work in television and film, but he is best known for his role as Grandpa Munster in The Munsters. This iconic character showcased his talent for blending humor with a darker, more mysterious persona. In his personal life, Lewis faced several challenges. He was involved in various controversies, including a public feud with the producers of The Munsters over his character's portrayal. He also had a passion for politics, often expressing his views on social issues, which sometimes led to backlash. Lewis struggled with a transition from a beloved television star to a more obscure figure in Hollywood. His later years were marked by a decline in public appearances, and he became somewhat of a recluse. The last known information about him indicates that he passed away in 2006, leaving behind a legacy that remains both celebrated and enigmatic. Sonia Manzano played a minor yet significant role as a grocery clerk in the 1974 film Death Wish. Her character, though not central to the plot, contributed to the film's gritty atmosphere, reflecting the urban struggles of the time. This role marked an early point in her career, showcasing her ability to portray everyday characters in challenging environments. After Death Wish, Manzano's career evolved as she became widely recognized for her role as Maria on Sesame Street, where she brought warmth and relatability to children's television. Beyond her professional achievements, Manzano faced personal hardships. She grew up in the Bronx, experiencing poverty and the complexities of a turbulent family life. These challenges shaped her perspective and fueled her passion for storytelling. In the late 1990s, she revealed her struggles with depression and the impact of her upbringing on her mental health. Despite these difficulties, she continued to advocate for education and representation in media. As of the latest updates, Sonia Manzano remains active in writing and speaking engagements, focusing on issues of diversity and inclusion. She has published several books, sharing her experiences and insights. Her journey reflects resilience and a commitment to using her voice for positive change. Christopher Guest played Patrolman Riley in the 1974 film Death Wish, a role that showcased his ability to embody the tension and darkness of urban life. Riley is a police officer who grapples with the chaos and violence surrounding him, reflecting the film's themes of justice and morality. Guest's portrayal added depth to the narrative, emphasizing the struggles of law enforcement in a city plagued by crime. After Death Wish, Guest's career evolved significantly. He became known for his work in mockumentary films, including This Is Spinal Tap and Best in Show. His unique style of blending humor with serious themes resonated with audiences. However, Guest faced personal challenges, including the pressures of fame and the scrutiny that comes with it. He has been open about the difficulties of maintaining privacy in the public eye, which has led to a more reclusive lifestyle. In recent years, Guest has continued to work in film and television, though he has largely stepped back from the spotlight. His last known projects include directing and writing for various television series. As of now, he remains a respected figure in the industry, with a legacy marked by both his artistic contributions and the personal battles he has faced. Olympia Dukakis played a significant role as a police officer in the 1974 film Death Wish. Her character, though not the main focus, added depth to the narrative, representing the struggles of law enforcement in a city plagued by crime. Dukakis's portrayal brought a sense of realism and urgency to the film, highlighting the challenges faced by police officers during a turbulent time in urban America. Following Death Wish, Dukakis's career flourished, earning her an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her role in Moonstruck. However, her life was not without hardships. She faced personal challenges, including the loss of her brother, which deeply affected her. Dukakis also dealt with the pressures of Hollywood, navigating a male-dominated industry while advocating for women's rights. In her later years, she remained active in theater and film, continuing to inspire others. The last known information about her indicates that she passed away in May 2021, leaving behind a legacy of powerful performances and a commitment to social issues. Helen Martin portrayed Alma Lee Brown in the 1974 film Death Wish, a character that embodied vulnerability and strength amidst chaos. Alma, the wife of the protagonist, becomes a tragic victim of violence, setting the stage for the film's dark exploration of justice and revenge. Martin's performance was poignant, capturing the emotional weight of loss and fear, which resonated deeply with audiences. After Death Wish, Helen Martin continued her acting career, appearing in various television shows and films. She gained recognition for her role as Pearl Shea on the sitcom 227, which showcased her comedic talent and ability to connect with viewers. However, her life was not without challenges. Martin faced personal hardships, including the loss of loved ones and the struggle to maintain her career in an industry that often overlooked older actresses. In the late 1990s, she experienced a significant health scare, which led to a period of reflection on her life and career. Despite these challenges, she remained a beloved figure in Hollywood until her passing in 2000. The last known information about her life reveals a woman who, despite facing adversity, left a lasting impact on the entertainment industry through her memorable roles and the strength she portrayed both on and off the screen. Charles Bronson portrayed Paul Kersey in the 1974 film Death Wish, a role that defined his career and left a lasting impact on the action genre. Kersey, a man transformed by tragedy, becomes a vigilante after his wife is murdered and his daughter assaulted. Bronson's performance captured the character's descent into darkness, embodying a complex mix of grief, anger, and moral ambiguity. This role resonated with audiences, reflecting societal fears of crime and the desire for justice. Bronson's life was marked by personal hardships. Born in 1921 in Pennsylvania, he faced poverty and a difficult childhood. He served in the U.S. Army during World War II, which shaped his tough persona. His early career included roles in television and film, but it was Death Wish that catapulted him to stardom. Despite his success, Bronson faced scandals, including a tumultuous marriage to actress Jill Ireland, which was marred by her battle with cancer and his own struggles with fame. In his later years, Bronson became reclusive, retreating from the public eye. He continued to act in films, but never regained the same level of fame. He passed away in 2003, leaving behind a legacy of tough guy roles and a complex personal life. Recent information about Bronson is scarce, as his family has maintained a low profile since his death. His life remains a testament to the struggles of a man who became an icon through his portrayal of vigilante justice. Vincent Gardenia portrayed Frank Ochoa in the 1974 film Death Wish, a character that left a lasting impact on audiences. Ochoa is a pivotal figure in the story, representing the darker side of urban life and the consequences of violence. Gardenia's performance was marked by a raw intensity that captured the character's desperation and moral ambiguity, contributing to the film's exploration of vigilantism and justice. Following Death Wish, Gardenia's career continued to flourish, earning him acclaim for his roles in various films and television shows. He received an Academy Award nomination for his role in Bang the Drum Slowly, and appeared in notable productions like The Italian Job and The Frisco Kid. However, his life was not without challenges. Gardenia faced personal hardships, including struggles with depression and the pressures of fame. He was involved in a scandal regarding his outspoken views on social issues, which sometimes alienated him from certain circles. In his later years, Gardenia continued to act, but gradually withdrew from the public eye. He passed away in 2010, leaving behind a legacy marked by both artistic achievement and personal trials. His last known information reflects a quiet life away from the spotlight, a stark contrast to the intense characters he portrayed. As we wrap up our look at the 1974 film Death Wish, it is clear that this movie left a lasting impact on its cast and audiences alike. Charles Bronson, who played Paul Kersey, became a symbol of vigilante justice, and his portrayal resonated with many viewers. The film sparked conversations about crime and personal safety, reflecting the societal fears of the time. For the supporting cast, including Hope Lange and Vincent Gardenia, This film marks significant moments in their careers, leading to various opportunities and challenges in Hollywood. Now, we invite you to reflect on your own experiences. Did you watch Death Wish during your childhood? What memories do you have connected to this film? Perhaps it was a family movie night or a late-night viewing that sparked discussions about its themes. We would love to hear your stories. Please share your thoughts and memories in the comments below. Your experiences help keep the spirit of this classic film alive.